that she is so real, and I love the way that she makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of her, then I must be love from above. No other love. She is the truth, that she is so real, and I love the way that she makes me feel. No one said no one, no one. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. No.
What's up, guys? Oh, this sun is bad. So me and baby decided to vlog today. We got some things we need to do. We're about to head to the gym.
Oh, meet me there. So I took it out and put it in the bowl with the keys this morning.
So yeah, like I said, we're about to hit the gym.
Oh, I didn't know you was recording.
I know. So we'll holler at y'all when we get to the gym. Right?
Sure.
I can't even see if it got you, but okay.
It did.
We at the gym, y'all. I don't even know what I'm recording. I can't even see it. Eyebrows on fleek. My face looks so much lighter.
Who, yours?
Yeah, when my eyebrows done, they look so much lighter. Like I was saying earlier, we got a few things that we got to do today. We had this amazing interview that we're gonna do for this blog, and then we have a thank you. All right, hold on, we got to check in. We live in the gym, y'all. We ain't skinny yet.
Did you say we ain't skinny yet?
We ain't skinny yet.
You're such a clown.
Oh, so we gotta go set up
Oh, God.
for this little interview. Baby nervous.
11:47.
It's 12 already? Huh.
11:47.
Baby nervous. Oh, that's foul smelling.
Where the key
So,
at?
in your car, in your thing. So, we on our way to set up for this little interview. It's like a live streaming for the blog page, right, baby?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were told that we're not gonna get a copy of this because it's for, I should have started the car. Because it's for, what am I trying to say? Baby, what am I trying to say? We're not gonna get a, because it's for the paid members of the blog. So what we gonna do is we gonna go set up our own camera, and it's gonna be, you're gonna see us, but you're gonna hear like the dialogue, like whatever they ask us or whatever. So
We're going to try to get it anyway. Hopefully it's loud enough to pick up.
right, maybe I'll just put the camera like right behind the laptop. We gonna get it. So we on our way to we on our way to set up for that. We gotta go. So we almost home, baby. It's a bundle of nerves. Shout out to Black.
Small bundle.
Oh, a small bundle. Okay, that's an upgrade, y'all. Shout out to Black Asset on the radio. Check her out, y'all. She has.
You're going to have to send her down.
Oh yeah.
See, Marcus used to talk her back to Africa movement.
She dope as shit.
Escapism has become our medication. And now we run away slaving, but from our revolution,
Your CD come out this fall. Did she say fall?
Oh, it did. It does.
Oh, she said fall, right?
Okay. Yes, they
Yes.
our tradition.
Follow her on Instagram and Black
Sat on the back of a horse. Drove it around the town and they beat us over the head with it. They beat us over the head until we could no
I hope I spelled that right.
And then the crazy part about
straight, no
it is that
underscores,
they
none of that.
try for their violence, but they got a son over there sitting in exile. when all she wanted was a fair trial. All she
Don't do
wanted
this,
was a
y'all.
fair life. Wanted to
Don't
experience some fair times. Well, okay then, let's multiply and let's coincide.
I got
Her
attention
once with the
problems.
lies of COINTELPRO. See, this resulted in a $2 million.
Don't agree.
On her payment. And then the
But don't
that pocket
vlog
change. So
and
this
drive,
$8
y'all. It's
million
not
for
safe.
Mr. Reagan for the
But I'm almost home.
assassination of her name.
So,
The
I'm a G. I do this. I'm good at it.
The revolution will it ever be televised? Not because we think this shit here is a game.
I really only started recording so y'all could hear
America was scripted.
hear my CD.
While we go to prison before
Oh,
we even
I'm gonna let y'all hear my anniversary song all the way through. Shout out to the new intro.
resulting in a freedom sentence, my God.
Oh, yeah, for real, y'all. Don't do this.
And stop being zombies.
This ain't safe.
Live flesh, live eyes.
Ooh.
But inside that
I ain't hit nothing. It was a
I
speed
like to
bump.
call it commitment
I promise.
to suicide. The revolution.
Alright, let me go, because I'm ready to
eat. Homicide, genocide,
Get this drink up in me.
my God. See, it's no
So we
longer
can-
mind control, but it's time control. If you don't think they know
Hold
you
up.
on the corner.
That was your stuff, not ours?
Trying to cope with the fact that we
Why the hell would you wait till I'm about to turn a corner to open
it's a
your door?
form of mental genocidal lynching.
People kill me. But anyway,
flowing through your head.
that wasn't our drink.
Let me have a dog.
It wasn't at first. I mean, but I shit anyway. I'm the one with
The bundle of nerves. I knew you was about to say that. So let me turn this down. So basically, eyebrows looking good. Alright, let's go, because I'm hungry. Bye. They want us to be as normal as possible, so we about to partake in a little wine. If I can open it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to open it by myself. So, we got our little setup, as y'all can see the lights or whatever. So, we about to do this, y'all. Like we said before, we don't know how much of it we're going to be able to record. So, we'll see. But we got about 15 more minutes before we go live and get everything set up. So, we'll holler at y'all in about 15 minutes. I take that back. It won't be 15 minutes. Because the interview is probably like an hour and 15 minutes. So, we'll get at y'all later.
So we read Shawnie and Sasha's story earlier this week. It was a beautiful story. Thank you so much for writing it for us, Sasha. Okay. I wonder how many people on the panel are U-haulers, except for Trey. I know Trey's not a U-hauler, but like, who else is a U-hauler? Oh. Okay. But I would love for Shawnie and Sasha to share your story. What do you think?
Okay, so before I met Shawnie, I would have considered myself a straight woman. I dated men all of my entire life, and I was in a very long, tumultuous relationship with my ex-husband. And when we separated, I decided I wanted to have some fun. So it was always, I guess I can call it a fantasy. It was always a fantasy of mine to be sexual with a woman. Not really. I didn't really want to be in a relationship. I wasn't looking for that. That's not what I wanted to do. I really just wanted to soar some wild oats, I guess. So I had a friend who is gay, who's always talking about this website. Oh, I'm on this website, and so when I decided to you know, I'm gonna try this out, I decided to create a profile and go on there, and I was probably on there a week or so. And then she sends me a message, and it was just like, hey, I think you're cute, check out my pics, let me know. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's check out the pics. So she's adorable, and was like, well, let's see where it goes. I mean, what is there to lose? So we're like chatting, and then she asked me if I had Kik, and I'm like lost. Like, I don't know what that is, but here's my phone number. Text me. So we started texting that day, and we never stopped. Like, we were on the phone till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We figured out that T-Mobile actually hangs your phone up for you at 3:59 a.m. every morning if you're still on the phone. So we would literally like fall asleep on the phone, and we would talk on our way to work. At work, she uses this G-Chat app, so we just would talk all day through IM on the phone, like at work. And then when we would get off, we would call each other on the ride home. And then after a while,
It's like 9 days.
9 days. So after about 9 days, we decided to meet face to face, and she played me. She played me. So she's like, right. So I'm like,
I didn't.
she did. And I'm like, if you didn't want me to come over, just tell me you don't want me to come over. You know?
That was so not the case. You got people shaking their heads like I
That's
agree.
how I felt. Like, you played me. I mean, I thought we was in this together. You know.
I so was not blowing her off because I was ready for her to come over.
She blew me off. So I was up all night like, I cannot believe she played me.
She is over here dying because she's like, that is our story right there.
Yes, I'm telling you. So the next day we started talking again, and by the 12th of May, because we met on the 3rd, by the 12th of May, it was like on a whim. And she's like, well, I'm leaving my friend's house, so let's meet. And I didn't, you know, I wasn't going to invite her to my house. So I said, well, let's meet at the mall. So we drove and we met in front of a Macy's. Got there probably around 7, and she got out of her car and sat in my car, and it was like, so it was a really nice day. The wind was blowing, and it wasn't hot, and you know, it was just really nice. And we sat there until the guards told us we had to leave. It probably was at 1 a.m. in the morning.
They did like 3 rounds. Like they came by like 3 different times. Like, ladies, is everything okay?
Yeah.
You know?
What are you talking about?
Everything. I don't know. Like, it was just being in her presence, really. It was different for me, and I was nervous, and I don't know. But we sat there for a very, very long time. And then when we left, we still wound up calling each other on the phone and talking on the way home.
Why not?
Yep.
Now time talking.
Yep. And then I'm gonna say by the 21st of March, May 21st of May.
That was the 12th that we said.
Yeah, it was a holiday weekend. I went to her house,
Holiday weekend.
and that's a whole nother story. That whole.
It's-
So,
We had a really good weekend. I mean,
We did. We had a really good weekend. I had my fun, and I really just never left after that.
yeah, because she put it on you. So, like, okay,
Yeah.
I want to ask, right?
Uh-huh.
I want to ask. So, like, for those of you, I feel like maybe that was your first experience with a woman. Was it everything you dreamed of, Sasha?
Child, I wouldn't be here. No, that's not it. It's not what. So this is my thing. I am attracted to souls, really. I like who somebody is. That's what brings me in, and I think that's why our relationship was not big. It started out as just wanting to have fun, but because we didn't get to meet face to face for a long time, and we generally like had to like each other to talk as much as we did, and I was able to find out who she was and what type of stuff she liked, and I was able to find out, you know, beyond what I was looking for intentionally, what was underneath those great lips, you know. And I think that's yes. And I think I love an intellectual person. That is such a huge turn on for me. To be able to hold a conversation with you and not get bored is amazing. So to talk to someone for hours on hours and still find nothing and everything to talk about was absolutely amazing to me, and it was different than what I was used to in my past. So it's not what kept me, but it definitely is a great incentive.
Oh yeah, added bonus.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me, we have a few more minutes and I want to make sure I get to some questions. So let me bring on, let's see if anyone else who's watching who may want to ask a couple of questions. Feel free to jump on Zoom. The link is there. It's pinned to the top of the stream, so you can jump on it whenever you want to. Okay, well, I do have questions, and so I'll go ahead. And like I said, if anyone else has a question, feel free to jump in and ask. If you guys want to ask each other questions, feel free to do that as well. It's, you know, like a dialogue, so you want to make sure that, you know, they're getting a few questions. Please go ahead and ask them. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask my question. So, question I had, and it's sort of feel like Shawnie and Sasha have something to say. Because Shawnie, you were like, were you concerned at all about Sasha going back to men or wanting permission to be with a man? Because, you know, some women, they really do miss. I know what Sasha wrote in her article, but some women really
No, that was real.
Okay. I don't think I ever had to worry about it. Before, like we said, we weren't really looking for anything serious. So once we started to feel like, okay, we didn't want this, but this is pretty much what's happening, then I started to feel like we can't really make it official unless you let somebody know that I am who you're with and we're not just friends. And I feel like maybe I pressured her a little bit about that for a little bit, but then when she switched it on me and told her mother, I was like, oh, okay.
So I don't feel like I don't know why she says that. I don't feel like she pressured me at all. To be honest, I really think that I told people a lot sooner than I would have thought that I would have. So I met her in May, and all of my close-knit friends knew by June, and then my mother knew by August. You know, it was for me, it was more than after the initial, you know, get to know you stage. It was more than just I just want to screw. You know, I can honestly say that I really did fall very in love with her very fast. And it was very different for me. I've had a lot of long-term relationships. I've never been the type to jump from one relationship to the next relationship to be with somebody to, you know, I like stability. So when I felt like it was going to be something that was long-term for me, I felt like people should know. So I told them, because it's just easier for me to say what I want on Facebook or take pictures with who I want to take pictures with or be seen out in public and do what I want to do with who I'm with than to be worried about, oh my gosh, who's going to see me if we go out? Oh my gosh, who's going to, you know, like, why are they wondering, you know, well, who's this post about on Facebook? I don't have time for that. And if I feel like we are going to be something more than a fling, then I think you deserve something more than to be a secret of mine. So I just told them all.
So once I was no longer a secret, there was no longer any worries.
Do you consider yourself still bi, or do you consider yourself a lesbian at this point? You know, only because, yeah, we'd like to know what y'all think. Shawnie, you have an answer for that?
I do. So I don't know if I can call myself
She's so gay. She's so gay.
So I'm like, okay, I don't know if I would label myself that, just because this is my first, you know, relationship with a woman, and it was very new to me. The whole culture in itself was very, very new. So I'm like, okay, so I don't know what to label myself as. I don't know what it is. So listen, sorry for cutting you off, but I had to mention this. The other day, this is when Sasha became like 100% gay. She was, were you on your way from work?
Yeah. She was on her way from work, and she had to have the shuttle take her to her car. It was a new ride with new people, whatever. So there was this group of women who were talking about another woman who was maybe not so femininely shaped, and they were just like, oh, that's a man, look at his hands, look at his feet, blah, blah, blah. She got so upset, and it was like she was so offended, and I was like, oh
condemning her or him or what it was a her because she was dressed like a female. She was and it's so crazy because the first thing they say before we even sit down is that's a man and she's going to hell. First of all, you don't know who's on the bus with you. I could have very well been a trans woman too. You know, like it just was so uncomfortable for me. So I did the petty thing, and before I got off the bus, you know, they were talking about how he's gonna be condemned, and before the eyes of God, she's gonna be a man. So I sat there quietly the whole time, and when I got off the shuttle, I told the bus driver, have a good evening, and then I turned around and I looked at them and I told them I'm going home to my girlfriend. Now condemn that.
We just get in trouble when we keep putting labels on ourselves, and that's something a criticism I have of our community. It's like, I don't have to be bi, I don't have to be lesbian, I don't have to be black or whatever. It takes away the fluidity of it. I mean, stop putting the labels, just be you. I want to be with a man, or I want to be with all women. It is what it is. I think I guess it's convenient to be put in a box, but no one fits in a box.
Let me see, the other question is, someone wants to know, how long has all of you all been together? Let's quickly share. And are any of y'all married? I know. Okay.
We just celebrated July 15th. Yeah.
Did you forget?
No, I just wasn't gonna say a date.
Does anyone else have children, and how do you deal with that?
So we have a daughter. She's my biological daughter. But Tati loves her just the same. And she calls her, you know, her daughter as well. When it comes to co-parenting, though, it is a bit of a stressful situation for the both of us. And for me, it's because I don't want her to feel like I'm forcing something on her. I don't want her to feel less than in that particular situation. So
I don't actually feel a little more than.
It's hard dealing with them and us when it comes to them wanting to do something one specific type of way and us wanting to do it, you know, a different type of way. But it just is what it is, and I don't think that it's big enough of an issue for us to cause any type of, you know, problems. I just have to deal with it.
Yeah. So so we're gonna wrap up now, but before we go, anything that you guys want to say? I do have one question to wrap up, but the question is, any advice for lesbian women who are interested in dating a bi person, but may, you know, have like some traditional lesbian fears? Like, any tips that you've learned from having this experience? And then, actually, I didn't even ask you, ladies. I forgot to ask y'all. Is this the lesbian women? Is this your first time dating a bi person? And like,
I want to say that this is actually my first time officially dating any woman. Yeah, I've actually been openly gay for more than 9 or 10 years, but I don't think I've ever wanted to actually make any one person like my person. I don't know why.
So essentially, we're both each other's first girlfriends.
I've dealt with many women, but nobody has ever made me feel like, let me make her my one and only, until now. So
anyone else have any tips, or when you answer with your tips, please let us know if this was your first time dating a bi woman, and maybe like some tips on how you handle that.
I don't have any tips.
Oh.
So, I mean, if you're interested, do it. See if it works out. I mean, life is kind of too short. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. Just
Can we
see how it goes.
make one thing clear? You're gonna be hurt, period. At the end of the day, you have experiences with different types of people, and at the end of it all, you can be hurt by a bisexual woman because she fucked a dude, or you can be hurt by a lesbian woman because she fucked another lesbian. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you have to give people chances, and you can't take one experience and make it a basic.
That was really good.
All right, thank you for that. I have to do this commercial. 3 out of 4 lesbians recommend dating a bi. members find you if they want to follow you or support the work that you do?
So we have every social media, but YouTube is the biggest thing that we're working on right now. So
It's a very new channel.
yeah.
So all of the support that we can get would help us tremendously.
So you can find us on YouTube if you look for Shawnie and Sasha, or As Long As You Love Me.
So it's 2 U's.
Yeah.
It's as long, spelled correctly, as the letter U, and then love, LUVME. It's the same as the tattoo, guys.
They can't see that.
Look at that. Okay.
We also have Facebook, Shawnie Sasha. We have Twitter, Shawnie_Sasha 715 or 15.
Yeah, and then
Oh, I found your Facebook page. Okay, I just added you guys. All right.
And Instagram, As Long As You Love Me _ As Long As You Love Me _
yeah.
So I think that's it.
Thank you very much. I just saw a couple other questions coming in. However, we've run way over our time, and I want to thank our guests for spending time with us today. This is a really important conversation to have in our community, and we appreciate you taking the time out to address the misunderstandings, the taboo about lesbians dating bi women. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi. Every 2.5 months.
All right, guys. So I know that was really, really long.
We have a
We are almost at like an hour and a half.
Right now, my DMs.
So hopefully y'all got some of that.
Coming up in like 9 weeks.
They can't hear me, right?
But we have one like every.
Hopefully y'all got a lot of that.
I've been doing it
We
for,
are going
I think this
to
is my 4th
see how
year.
it came out, and if it works,
So, yeah.
you'll definitely see it. It was fun, right, babe?
It was fun. Interested in learning a little bit
It was
about
really
that.
fun.
This is a
So
personal interest of mine. There
hello.
was a,